I am speaking to the microphone this whole time, not realizing I'm muted. Thank you, Akata. That was. Oi, and that was embarrassing. Oh well. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Once again, we are continuing Novella November, a jam where you write 1,000 words every day in November to reach 30,000 by the end of the month. I haven't written 30,000 throughout this month. Some of my project I have written 2 years ago, and I am using Novella November to finish it. And today it is finally reaching novel length. As you can see, we have 39,593, and to reach novel length, according to my handy little calculation, we need 39,802, so not that much more. And today I am not ending the stream until I reach this number. Maybe 803, because it would look better if I actually exceeded it. Okay. Before we begin, of course, we need to remind you of a little riddle. You are getting very close to solving that. And the riddle is: people in the 60s deemed this fragment of Star Trek too progressive. And let me just drop some clues for you in the chat. Blah. Tips for the riddle. It's not about race nor anti-war messages. It is about linguistics, but not about Klingon. It is about a famous quote from the show, but not about dialogue. I think this is basically everything you need. Alright, so you think and I will work. Okay, so we are in the Buckingham Palace, controlled by a mysterious Kim from our antagonist Dr. Horror, and we have our team going through the palace trying to find the throne room and ending up battling many mooks, looking for weapons for themselves, and let's go to the kitchen. Alright, let me just give myself a chair to kneel on, and I can work. Haha. The palace seemed a never-ending. No, that's okay. Oh, okay. Never-ending labyrinth. Labyrinth of corridors and fancy sized rooms. The class was losing their orientation. They needed to but they needed to strive not only for the sake of the world, but also for the sake of finishing school. The music on the radio was the fragment a one-time occurrence? No. Oh no, it is present throughout the entire run of the show. Getting on their nerves. Not even the show, because it passed on to future shows. I think it is still very well remembered, and I guess it might still be used. I don't know. I am stuck at the next generation, so yeah. I don't really know how Star Trek's doing during the Paramount Plus years. I really want to see Lower Decks, but Chroniclers OCD. First I have to finish the next generation, then all the way back there. Please don't tell me it's about the opening words. Yes! Yes! You cracked that out. Do you want me to reveal the answer, the precise answer, or do you want to try to crack what they were saying that unnerved so many people? The music on the radio was getting on their nerves. They knew it had to. Let's not write that. Okay, I guess I will reveal it now because I don't know that. You basically got this right. To crack it precisely would require a lot of knowledge of historical linguistics. But yes, it was about the broken infinitive into boldly go, where no man has gone before. Back then, it was unheard of to break the infinitives. You basically had to say to go boldly instead of to boldly go, or else people might look at your text funny. So yeah, another futuristic progressive aspect of the show, breaking the laws of grammar just for the sake of showing how people might evolve. And again, today, nobody... Hi, Alfie! Hi, Alfie, great to see you here. I'm gonna assume it's the to boldly go where no one has gone before. Yes. The broken infinitive into boldly go. That was the too progressive part. To boldly go instead of to go boldly. Alright. So wonderful that this little reel was cracked. Nice to see that. Let's review the next riddle, shall we? This show got pitched as a story of two people whose sets of skills contrast with their names. This is about a newer show, very newer show. Alright, the music on the radio was getting on their nerves. You know what? Hold on. Yeah, I forgot to turn off the ringtone. Oh my god, it was so easy, I overcomplicated it. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, the music on the radio was getting on their nerves. It sounded like. Let's see how weird my Nahuatl, Mayan, and Semitic inspired proto languages grammar gets when the phonology is already wild. Nahuatl has in, it has interesting grammar features. Isn't that one language that people say, oh, every noun of this language can also be a verb or something like that? Because of how noun declination, because of how verb declination works. Also, Semitic. So, are we going to see triconsonantal roots? That would be fun to see in a conlang. And seeing how you describe phonology as wild, I really want to see triconsonantal roots. It sounded like a hymn to Dr. Rorschach's rule. Rockter? Okay. Like a hymn? I another room. Oh, I wasn't thinking triconsonantal roots, but now I might try. Triconsonantal roots are so interesting. Another room to another room to try. Giselle hide it in the back to be prepared for whatever they might step into. The door opened. This time it was a kitchen. Hold on. Now let's remove that separation. Okay. Pearly white walls full of shelves with okay, I need to stand down. Pearly white wall full of shelves with spices and dry ingredients. Tall refrigerators. Spell check. Okay, no D. Got it. Let's turn that into a comma. Tall refrigerators. Lockers full of utensils. By the way, went for utensils. Oh, okay, I see what I did there. By the way, while phonology is implosives, ejectives, syllabic consonants. Oh, that will go wonderful with triconsonantal roots. Voicing distinctions in only plosives, labialized velars, pharyngalized alveolars, lateral fricatives and affricates. Wow. Yeah, I see how that is wild. That is awesome. And and what and what about vowels? Lockers full of utensils. And in the middle of that team of chefs with team of chefs listening to the radio. Hold up. A strange smell. Wait. All the food emitted a strange smell. A strange yes. Listening to the radio. Dear kitchen team, could you please apprehend my students? Another horrors command from the radio. Not blah. The cooks armed themselves with knives and forks. Even some improvised food weapons like sausages and fish. Oh, a I o o r l n m w n. Oh, interesting set there. Very interesting set. Let's skip the battle description for now. Let's write the ending of this fight and then we'll fill the gap. Suddenly a cook jumped out of nowhere and grabbed Giselle. He tried to suffocate her with what food could you use to suffocate somebody? String cheese maybe, but would there be string cheese in the king's kitchen? String cheese also doesn't seem very sturdy. Sausage maybe? It's Nahuatl's vowels and most of the proto-language's sonorants, not yi. So yi doesn't create... I guess that would... I guess it kind of turns it into a syllable. Sausages maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking of that exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna go with sausage. Interesting that yi isn't syllabic. But I guess it kind of would create a syllable with the e. Mm, I think there was a single language where I encountered syllabic yi, and it was Ukrainian. And then again, I I don't. We can discuss whether or not this is yi, like a syllable, or is it just a syllabic yi? Uh, okay. With white sausage. I have family members from Ukraine, so I could ask them. You would just become E. Yeah, exactly. Uh, uh, she tried to. Uh, Let me see the dictionary. Mm, s- 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 oh, somewhere there. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Huh. Well, I guess I don't have a translation of stawiać opór in my dictionary. So we'll have to use some more googly methods. Uh, resist, withstand, recalcitrate. Ooh, I would rather not use that last one. Resist, maybe. She tried to resist. Uh, uh, but she got more and more pale and breath, um, breathless, with what she feared would be her last breath. She grabbed a frying pan from the oh, I was thinking of excluding w, but with the lack of o, I thought it could be fun when some turn it into ow, others to ew, and some additional others to o. Oh, dialectal pronunciation differences. Nice. The ones with o might also have rid of length in vowels. Ooh. Oh, yes, that would be great. I heard recently that uh, mm, the Swiss German got rid of umlauts. Um, they basically don't pronounce umlauts. They just, you have a umlaut, o umlaut, U umlaut, but they just pronounce it A or U, no distinction. No A, no no O, no U. No. A or U. So they got rid of the graphical umlaut as well. Um, so yeah, now not only English has some weird evolutionary wing wong between the nations, but German as well. And also, French seems to be evolving much faster in Africa than in France, given that in France the immortals have a bit too much power. Why the sad face? Why the sad face, Elfie? um, Oven and struck her assailant? Hold on. And I like oh. I see. I see. Um, Also, yeah, front vowels are nice. I Front vowels are nice. I especially like the top front, and U is cool too. Yes, I don't know. I like French. I like the front close vowels. Mm, Somewhere there. Uh, mm, Assailant. Okay, so I'm so biased as a Swedish speaker again. Uh, I am biased as a Polish speaker towards nasal vowels, so I get you. Her assailant in the head. Um, he loosened his grip and fell to the floor. I think I will, just for the sake of rhythm, Giselle grasped. Am I? Yes, grasped for air and meanwhile blah. Let's leave it. Okay, grasped for air. Let's see how we're doing. We're already at novel length. Wonderful. 39,819. Combined with the ending in the separate document, we have now novel length. Great. Let's try to get to 40k. Giselle grasped the. Okay. Hmm. Arvin. Yay, congratulations. Thank you. Arvin struggled with two cooks attacking him with blah. Attacking him with knives. But he could shield himself using his shovel. In no time, he disarmed them and Hunter's rifle was Hunter's rifle was an easy target for the mm, sausage wielding chefs, sausages wielding. Oh, that's how you write it. Viel. Okay. Don't forget the verbs only conjugating for tense and the nouns only inflecting for number, and the adjectives were neglected. Oh, interesting. When I started conlanging, uh, I took a lot of inspiration from the languages I learned at school, which at the time were English and German. Also Japanese for some grammatical particles. Yeah, getting to know real life languages help with conlanging very greatly. Um, um, Hunter had to play tug of war to not lose his weapon. Refers to former chat. Oh, I see. To not lose his weapon. Mm, uh, uh, mm, um, then he realized it might be great to let it go, and as he thought the cook put on the sausages too hard and knocked himself out with his lute. Now something for Dawn. Um, uh, Dawn had a hard time to attack anyone with her cue. The cooks were easily blocking her. How do you call that kind of cut? How do you call that? Thrust. Okay. Her thrusts with all the food. It wasn't. Oh, I kind of have a specific group of languages I always take inspiration from: Arabic, Georgian, Nahuatl, Swahili, Navajo, and Proto-Indo-European, Japanese and Mandarin to a lesser extent. Yes, a group of favorite languages to take inspiration from. Uh, I often take inspiration from Ugro-Finnish languages, to be honest. But I try to limit that inspiration to fit more in vibes with what I want to create. Alright, it wasn't until she realized how how heavy hair oh it it just got um, it just blocked the key and was getting stuck on it. How heavy her weapon was getting that she realized she could bleh. How do I put this? She realized she could make it more of hold up. Broń obuchowa. Blunt weapon, okay. Make it blunt. When I do cases, I more or less always steal from Finnish or Hawaiian has cases? I didn't know that. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. That's interesting. You know what would be interesting to do? Tokiponido, so like Tokipona spin-off, but made with the phonetics of Rotokas. That would be something awesome. If you don't know what Rotokas is, it has the least amount, the lowest amount of phonemes out of any natural language. I think it has 11, I think, if not less, but they don't even have nasals. They can't say mama. She realized she could make it blunt. So anyway, she started smashing. No. Let's not write. Let's not actually write that. I need to drink. Today I have water. Give me a second. I'm back. Okay. She realized she could make it blunt. And I thought Proto-Bantu had the small... Proto-Bantu? Wait. Proto-Bantu. Let me see. It has 12 consonants. It has 7 vowels. No. Rotokas is much smaller. Actually, let me see. Rotokas. Yup. Yup. 6 consonants in the central dialects, 9 consonants in the Aita dialects, and 5 vowels. With a long and short distinction, so technically 10. Okay, not as small as I thought, but either way, Central Rotokas babies can't say mama. Aita babies can. Central not really. Hmm. Uh, was the show created before 2000? Let me see. Uh, let me see. Hmm. Uh, Released in 2002. So after, I think. Uh, um, with with wax that food couldn't block. Hawaiian has nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative as its cases. Ah, wait, isn't that the German set? Uh, I think it might be. If I remember anything from German class, I think that's the German case set. Hmm. With wait, there should be a plural here with wax that food couldn't block. She defeated. Mm, perfect for simple case systems. Yes. Mm. I remember that when I created Old Moonwingen, I just snatched the case system from English, but made it apply to nouns instead of pronouns, and also decided to just throw in something that I particularly like. So I thought, wait, what are the Polish cases? We have nominative, genitive, dative, accusative. We also have instrumental. We also have locative, and we also have how was it called? Um, uh, how was it called? Hold on. Vocative. Yeah, nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, instrumental, locative, and vocative. You don't necessarily learn them in that exact order, but yes, we have these 7. Vocative, uh, its use in hey you phrases, like if you say, oh my god, that's evocative. Oh Boże, that's evocative. Um, she defeated, like kid in Hey Kid. Exactly. Yes. She defeated. Mm, blah. She defeated the food blah wielding yeah, Polish has a lot of cases. Be grateful that we no longer use dual number. I mean, we still have remnants of the dual number. Like, for example, some nouns have different. Some nouns have different number. Blah. I think of Polish every time I use commas for such constructions. Polish used to have a dual number, and we still have remnants of it in noun conjugation. Some nouns conjugate differently depending on what do they describe. Like we have the noun oko that describes eyes, but it can also describe that circles of fat in soup or something like that. When it's body part, when it's the body part, the plural is oczy. When it's anything else, the plural is oka. That's a remnant of the dual number. Also, there used to be some separate. How is this mood called? Imperative, right? Yes, imperative. There used to be some imperative forms of verbs used for dual number that we don't use officially anymore, but they are still present in slang. If you ever hear a verb ending with aita, that's a remnant of the dual number as well. Czekajta, dawajta, biegajta. Being taught that commas save lives makes me wish English, Swedish and Spanish had a vocative case. Oh yes. Oh yes, commas do save lives. Oh. How did I manage to only study languages without case? English has case. It just isn't present in nouns, just in pronouns. Okay. Then again, here I am studying French. Today I was reminded that Pokemon Sword and Shield was created 5 years ago, and I felt old. That's not that long of a time. Listen, Shrek was created 23 years ago. That's a lot of time. With wax, the fold wielding mooks. Okay. Don't tell me. Ignore that. Mook is a word. Alright. Her class was amazed at her improvisation. That was blah. That was awesome, said Don. How do you feel? I'm alright, said Giselle in between breaths. Now I have to stand. Said Giselle in between breaths. Good to see, we are all armed now, said Arvin. Mm, yeah, that pan might be useful, said Giselle. Life-saving commas. Let's eat kids versus let's eat kids. A great example. The latter is a sentence I've only heard my friends say at a grocery store to be left alone by someone 8 years old, and now it's an inside joke. You remind me of the legend of Shrek from Dzierżgoń. The problem is I still feel like they were created very recently, not half a decade ago. Ah yes, that's... isn't that a nice feeling to cherish? But yeah, the legend of Shrek from Dzierżgoń. Some old kids got their spot where they were going to smoke and stuff, and some younger kids started to go there to snitch on them. So to scare them, the old kids made up this urban legend. Yo, don't go to the river. Shrek lives there. He's gonna kidnap you. You know what he does with unwanted visitors. What was it in the movie? Gloves out of human skin. Keychains out of livers. Eating ice on the toasts. Eating small children as an inside joke has gotten us into trouble more than once. I can imagine. I can imagine. I can imagine that. Yeah, I guess. I guess some inside jokes are really interesting to explain to people. Listen, I used to have a stim of randomly of saying of when I was home alone. So it wasn't really as problematic, but it was still embarrassing. I used to have a vocal stim of saying pranks in a ghetto. And let's remember that in Polish the word ghetto has a really specific meaning, okay? But I used to have this stim because somebody said it as an answer in a game show I watched. So yeah, that's the whole story. It was nonetheless embarrassing, but not as concerning as it sounds. Ah yes, the beauty of inside jokes, exactly. Pranki w getcie. Let's go. Oi. Yeah, let's go then. Yay, 40,002. So now this document has novel length. Let's try to reach 40,062, and I think that will be the end of the stream if I don't decide to write anything more before having a break, so that this document has the novel length even without the chapter titles. Let's go then, said Hunter. I think we are getting close to the throne room. I still try to make my friends tell me how they can separate art from artist because I can't stand them claiming to not like JK, she who shall not be named, but they praise Harry Potter as the Bible. It is very interesting how to separate the art from the artist. I wish to learn that too. I wish to enjoy Coraline once again. I think what can help is writing fan fiction in spite of the author's beliefs. So, like, spam. It's called fan fiction, Elfie. Yeah, exactly. Just spam transgender fan fiction about Harry Potter. That will get you closer to it. That's my stance. Also, funny, funny story. Let's remember how Jiki might have not been as much of a transphobe as she eventually became. I am not trying to say that we should be nicer to people so they don't evolve into fascists. No, I am saying they should clean their houses to not become fascists. I don't know if you know, but a lot of Jiki's explosiveness stems from infecting herself with black mold that randomly started to grow in her house. So yeah, clean up your houses, don't be fascists. I need to clean the dishes after the stream. I think we are the sounds from the radio were louder and louder and more annoying. To be honest, I feel like making everyone gay is more up my alley because I don't want to write bad trans representation. okay, that sounds plausible, but I'll be honest. Let's remember how Jiki used to gay some of her characters. Lupin X serious fanfics anyone. I can see that. All the gay and trans headcanons people have created over the years. Yes. Yes. What was the book with the Polyjuice potion? Hold up. Polyjuice potion scene. Chamber of Secrets. Yeah, Chamber of Secrets needs more. Chamber of Secrets needs more Wachowskis, in my opinion. Yes, those are the best. Oh, just to hammer home how much The Matrix is a trans allegory, did you know that the character of Switch was supposed to be male? I don't know, but she was supposed to be either male in the real world and female in the Matrix, or vice versa. I don't remember which one, but she was supposed to be like that, and I think that would be awesome. I haven't read, but I like the reviews. that that would make an interesting stream. Reading funny reviews of books. Um, I already have some authors in my mind that could be really interesting. Be right back. Take your time. More annoying. Um, Suddenly, the the class stumbled upon a door from behind which there let's stop at that. I remember the one where the stairs that turn into a slide if a boy walks on them. Don't do that when a She wrote that? Don't freaking tell me. Jiki. You can't just write something like that and then get your brain moldy. Jiki. On a door from behind which obviously not. Ah, that was a fan fiction. Okay. It was fun to believe. A door that emanated. Sorry, should have specified. But it was fun to believe. That emanated with noise and jazz. They seemed especially decorative. That had to be the throne room. Hunter quietly opened the door and the class jumped inside. Yeah, we all wish she was a lot more supportive. Yes. Wishes. Wishes. Yeah. Hey, when authors fail, we have fan fiction. Like, hold. I isn't. I remember that quite a lot of Death World was written by a completely different guy than the beginning. Well, Death World is a great book, by the way. Sci-fi classic. Harlan Ellison. No, Harry Harrison. Yes, Harry Harrison. Jesus. There, I always confuse the classic sci-fi authors. We have, we have Harry Harrison. He wrote Death World and Make Room, Make Room. We have Harlan Ellison. He wrote I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream and The City on the Edge of Forever. We have Douglas Adams is more of a comedy guy. He wrote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. All great books, by the way. Okay, The City on the Edge of Forever is a Star Trek episode. Hunter quietly opened the door and the class jumped inside. And there he was in his lab coat with his white hair and the grin that never left his face. Congratulations, my dear students, uh, said Dr. Horror. Uh, you have found me. Uh, I have to stand. I'm back. Welcome back. Oi. Let's. Oh, it's over. Horror. Said Hunter. You don't really have you don't really blah. You don't really have any advantage over. Let's remove that really. And oh, that was a surprising typo. You don't have any advantage over us, said Arvin. It would be the best for you to simply give up. The teacher just chuckled. I wouldn't be. He doesn't speak in contractions. I would not be so sure about that, Mr. Gallagher. He said. From the desk, Dr. Horror raised took a small device. I have to drink. Sorry for a second. Okay. From the desk, Doctor who took a small. He pressed its button and started and spoke to its microphone. His words his words spilled out of the radios like a digital echo. Oi, yeah. I destroy them, Your Majesty. Haha. Yeah, here we get to the part that explains why I decided to shelve this project back when Queen Elizabeth died. They are going to fight the king himself. And 2 years ago that would have been the queen, but we all know what happened. Just then, someone walked out from behind the window window curtains. He was dressed bleh, in the only unusual thing about him was the royal crown on his head. Okay, he was dressed in the most elegant clothing the 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 students could imagine. Okay. He moved. He looked old and distinguished. There was no doubt. It was the king himself. And he clearly intended to fight. Okay. How are we? 40,222. Nice. 593 would be the 1,000 for today. Okay, I think I need a break before I start writing this epic confrontation. So sorry to end another stream on a cliffhanger. But yeah, I really need a break, unfortunately. So we're going to come back to writing tomorrow. Oh, fight with the king himself. Yeah. This is going to be the fight of the decades. Forget Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson or Logan Paul, whoever Netflix found. Yeah. Alright, we're going to come back to this epic duel tomorrow if I don't write everything off camera. But yeah, I need a break before I start. I definitely need a break. So, hey, we have reached the novel length of even the document itself. So, I guess that's a great ending for the stream. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow where we continue writing. And yeah, also I will have to see how the cover is going because I want to release the first 3 chapters next week. Yeah, I want to release like 3 chapters every week this time. Maybe 4. It would depend on my schedule. So yeah, that will be it for today. So thank you everybody for coming. And well, see you tomorrow. For now, Ashley out.